Oh yes, Zazi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And like we promised you, I want you to get ready for some goosebumps. Why? Well, because today we're going to be turning up the volume on local talent and unity, and it's all happening through music. So joining us in studio, we have Phil Robinson, who's the director of the South African Youth Choir. And along with him, we've got the dynamic duo behind Kruger and Tutu. I'm talking about Matt Kruger and Warren Tutu. Now, they have all teamed up for a powerful Mandela Day anthem that celebrates hope, harmony, and the spirit of togetherness. So let's give them your warmest, your biggest Feel Good Expresso welcome! Yes! Gentlemen, how are we doing this morning?
Good.
We have a good weekend?
Indeed.
Yes, the rugby was awesome.
It was.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm hoping for more of this throughout the week and the weekend, but also I'm hoping for some more good music, which I've been promised and which we can talk about in just a bit. But let's talk about the duo first, because I know there's a lot to discuss here and you're representing various sort of avenues. But Kruger and Tutu, the name, the collaboration, the idea behind your sound, when did this all start, guys?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Indeed.
So, okay, I think it's quite interesting. We started with sport. We didn't start with music. We both do parkour, if you know what that is. It's
Wait, hang on. I know all about parkour. That's throwing yourself and crazy obstacles.
Yeah.
You've got to be very conditioned, very fit, very strong. What are musicians doing in this space? What are you doing there?
Hey, have you seen Benson Boone? I mean, he does it too. We call him Benson.
So you're both parkour athletes?
Yeah, so that's how we met. And then, I took him on as a coach as well, because he's pretty good, actually.
Okay.
So, I'm the silver fox in the outfit. But we met like that. He tried to contact me on Facebook because I was coaching kids already and so on.
Yeah.
And then I ignored him for like 2 years.
For 2 years.
What? Cold, man.
And then the one day we just randomly met in Strand.
Yes, at the beach.
And we just started doing some moves together, and I just saw he was brilliant. He was really good at it. And immediately we just clicked. And then I asked him one day, so what else are you into? And he's like, music. And I'm like, no, get out of here. It's my first love. It's the thing that I love the most. And for him as well, hey?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh. So we got into it like that, and we said, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's practice. And then the moment we did, we realized we're onto something. And then we got really serious with it. We said, okay, let's write down a vision. We'd love to win a Grammy in the end. We'd love to go for it. So, yeah.
And we're checking out some of this blend of like parkour action with a bit of singing here. And it's like, for me, this is so cool, because these are two of the things I absolutely love. Like, I love good music. I love the fact that people have healthy bodies that they're using and moving with it. So you brought two of my biggest puzzle pieces together. Yeah, that flip on the stage. Come on, Benson Boone for who? Yeah. So listen, clearly you guys have the theatrics, you have the moves, but let's talk about the sound, because I mean, it's obviously quite crazy to think that parkour athletes came together and made music, and what is that going to sound like? And for us, I think it's a blend of, you've got this like a Mumford Sons energy, this Eagles, African rhythms. How would you describe the sound, and how are you coming up with the sort of essence of it all?
Well, the thing that I think that is very interesting is the fact that I have a more jazzy background, R&B, soul background. And he's more of the rock guy,
That's a crazy combination.
Exactly, And we've kind of made it work, And it's very interesting in how we execute the music. And we have a big variety of crowds, We have old people, we have younger people. And it's amazing.
Yeah, I get the comment. Like, when they come up just after, that was no more. And him, they go, can you sign my forehead?
You guys bring the polarities, and I think that's why people probably love your music as well, because it's crossing generational boundaries. It's crossing like any of the factions we thought music should be, and I love that. So, Phil, my question to you is, what are you doing hanging out with these athletes, bro? What has these parkour guys got to do with your youth choir, man? Listen, obviously a collaboration came together, but why? How?
Well, Matt and I actually met through a shared business interest many years, probably a decade ago. And then we had another encounter, so a few years later, which was more choir related. And then out of the blue, Matt contacted me in the beginning of the year, and he shared his vision with me for this project. And I immediately said yes.
You didn't take 2 years to reply to that.
I said I gave immediate yes.
Thank goodness you didn't go to that.
But I mean, these songs are launching on Mandela Day, which I think is something so special. Seeing that it's more than just an important day. It's a month where we need to reiterate the unity that South Africa has, our diversity that we celebrate. Why for you was it so important to put your energy into something like this and commemorate it with more than one song?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think Mandela Day is a celebration of unity, hope, and the enduring spirit of Africa. And those themes pulse through the song.
Yeah.
So just as Madiba thought, our strength actually lies in lifting each other up.
Yeah.
And that is the theme of these songs, whether through music, whether through service, or whether just being in harmony. And I think that comes through in these songs.
So for me, what's interesting is I grew up in France, and I got to look at South Africa through that lens. Before you were born, I think Nelson Mandela was still illegal, and Johnny Clegg was still like, it was still like the in thing to listen to these rebel songs. And that's how I was introduced to Nelson Mandela. And it was beautiful to come back then from that country to this country. And I was in matric, when we had the first election year, which was 1994. So now I'm giving my age away here. I still look good,
It's your experience, bro. It's not actually experience.
No. And you know what? It was just a beautiful thing to see that we are, like it says, yes, it's this cliche thing, the rainbow nation, but it's literally like that. I mean, we're from different cultures. Me, I'm a salad in myself. I'm half French, half South African. I've got this Afrikaans mother that can really go at you in Afrikaans as well. And it's just beautiful, these expressive languages. And to see that come out in a community where people actually care. Like we heard this morning, that gentleman, buying a ticket for the homeless.
Oh, yeah, how cool was that? Yeah.
And that's a beautiful example, and I think we're trying to let that come out in the music as well. Hey, with what you guys do, with what we do as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, there's so much to talk about here. I think we can spend the whole morning, but let's just talk about the music. Obviously, there's something that we get to celebrate right now. I believe this is even more special because no one's heard this. This is an exclusive that we're going to be getting.
Yeah.
So how many songs exactly will we be sharing with us this morning?
So today you're in for 3 songs.
Yeah.
We recently were signed by a record label. Since we started, it's been 2 years.
Beautiful.
And we've had one opportunity after the other, and it's just wonderful to see, like, when you really manifest and kind of pull in your whole energy towards something, it comes at you, and it's a beautiful thing. So today we're sharing 2 songs that we're releasing on Madiba Day.
Nice.
And the one's called The Africa Song, and it really celebrates this beautiful place where we're all from, and we're hoping people can relate to it, And then the other one is an Afrikaans song, and it's about the sweetest sugar, which is the zoetste suiker, and it asks the question in your life, what is the sweetest sugar for you? And for me, it was my little girl, so I wrote it for my little girl, and then Juanita du Plessis covered it, and she kind of turned it more into a love song. But ultimately, whatever is the sweetest sugar for you.
I think that's perfect. It's World Chocolate Day today. You guys have come at the perfect time. Yes. And I think your timing is perfect. Obviously, not just celebrating the 18th of July and Madiba Day, but celebrating the unity and the fusion of new music and something that we can all get behind and celebrate. So I'm glad that the 3 of you somehow got together in the weirdest of ways, and we get to celebrate it right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Mzansi. It's a debut coming our way, and we are in for a treat. Speaking of a treat, I'm ready for one.